Global Business Summit is here once again with its 6th edition amid the unprecedented times with a set of new challenges. The 2020 edition of GBS will unfold the myriad contours of the world economy and define the factors that will lead the Indian economy to newer heights by way of carefully crafted thought-provoking sessions and indulging roundtable discussions. A flagship initiative of the Times Group that envisions to bring together visionaries, thought leaders, heads of state, policymakers, academicians and corporate heads, cohesively driving a singular agenda for scripting economic change by connecting the building blocks of economics for India and the globe. Launched on January 15, 2015, GBS seeks to provide solutions to key macroeconomic challenges being faced in the current context and put forth a blueprint for sustainable and inclusive economic growth. GBS also serves as a platform for government-to-government interactions, business-to-government meetings, business-to-business engagements, and helps corporates and governments secure investments by showcasing opportunities to apt audiences. Here are some high points of the event.
I'm now joined by Mr. Vijay Karia of the Ravin Group. Hi sir, thank you so much for talking to us. You're here again at the Global Business Summit, but a lot has changed since the last time we spoke a year ago. I particularly wanted to start our conversation with the national infrastructure pipeline that the government has spoken about, the FM has spoken about that. Your thoughts on that, because you are active both in the energy and you're linked to the infrastructure space as well. Your thoughts on the project?
We should remove the word infra from the structure and just call it a structure pipeline.
Okay.
It's a much essential push, but I would say more than essential, it's now part of a daily need. It's no longer about infrastructure. You and I cannot even converse without having some setup around us.
Yes, of course.
So that's something that the government has committed to do. I'm very happy that they're committing a huge amount of money. I think in the next 6 years they're planning to spend what they've spent maybe in last maybe about 2 decades.
Yes. So energy is another sector that is integral, that is a core at Ravin Group. And again, coming back to the national infrastructure pipeline, they're also putting a major push towards energy. Your thoughts on the way ahead, maybe in the next 5 years, if you and me are talking 5 years later, would we be talking more about renewable energy, or how do you see the energy roadmap for the country?
So I recall last time I told you it's not about energy, it's about electricity. And I think electricity is the way forward. Whatever way and whatever means you generate it by, it has to be threefold. A, affordable.
Right.
B, sustainable. And C, accessible. Now, if you're talking about affordability, maybe today the fuel prices have come down, tomorrow they could go up again, something sparks off in the world. You can't have volatility, but renewable energy, sunshine, waves, wind is something which you'll always have, whatever be the political situation around the world. We are seeing the metros, the metro work coming up, the metro railways coming up very quickly. We are seeing that there is a lot of new airports coming up.
Yes.
We in India will wake up a little bit too late. Maybe there is a lack of funds also. I don't blame the government for it. But I think there's also palpably a lack of vision, where perhaps we are building the structure. I'm removing the word infra again. We are building the structure for only maybe a 5 years or a 10-year period. We need to build it for a much longer period, and that is what I would like to see.
In that, so just going back a step, when you were speaking about electricity or the way that it's generated, you said it should be affordable, accessible, and sustainable. I want to harp on the sustainable part, because Ravin Group is also very active in the sustainability space. Today, every business that runs has to be sustainable in some way or the other. Could you shed some more light on, at Ravin Group, what are some of the steps that are being taken to ensure that your group is also sustainable?
Sustainability has many pillars. The first pillar of sustainability is honesty and integrity. We strongly believe in that. The second pillar of sustainability is doing what you can, not taking up what you cannot do. So we also do what we can, what we are experts in. The third pillar of sustainability is concern about your environment, about your people. And when I say environment, I just don't mean climate, but also about the business environment, the working environment, and of course what you're supporting as a cause in your country. We are saying today, sitting in Delhi in the month of March, that we had heavy rains yesterday.
Yes.
This should have been a hot period. It is actually a cold period. So climate change, the pollution that we are causing, it's impacting all of us. Sustainability means also adopting safe practices which cannot unsettle your business. And we continuously try to do that. Risk management comes into play into a big way. People go out and quote today in this business world where there's a lot of problems of business, in the sense that economies are struggling. We are seeing that people act all out very aggressively and go and venture out into very, very aggressive figures which they feel that they'll be able to meet. And today we've seen a lot of large corporates, especially in our sector, have gone down under because they went very aggressive and they didn't have the foresight to even, not the risk management ability to see that if something happened which upset their input prices, what would happen to their group. And we've seen suddenly people have turned from billionaires into paupers. So we believe that these 4 or 5 factors, one is do not take too much of risk, see the working environment, see how you can impact and positively impact the world, honesty, integrity, ethical behavior, and at the top of the list today what we see as sustainability, and which would count in one word, and that is safety. It's better to be safe than to be sorry. And this is one thing which we are promoting across in a big way, especially since in India there is a lot of issues of fire safety and a lot of lives lost.
Yes.
The highest number of lives are lost in the world due to fire safety. And that's an area that we are working on in a very big way.
That's true. For the way ahead, for Ravin Group, any are there new sectors you are diversifying in, any new technologies? Because again, R&D of course is important to every business, and I know our Ravin Group also does that extensively. The future roadmap for your company, what's in the pipeline?
See, around maybe a decade ago, we were a unipolar company where we had one main product. Today we have got 5 products across the line. We intend to add 2 more, and it's, I would say, exciting times ahead.
Yes.
Because technology is disruptive. We are looking to various areas. Storage is one of them.
Right.
We are looking at different and newer technologies in terms of affordability and safety. We are doing a lot of R&D on that.
Before I let you go, sir, just your at GBS, our theme this year is collaborate to create. Your thoughts on it?
Any kind of creation has to be with collaboration. So we heard the Prime Minister yesterday speaking that earlier it used to be distance yourself. Now it is befriend the other people, and befriend basically means collaboration.
Yes.
So far and for so long, this country has seen a lot of competition, very intense competition. Whether you take the educational field, whether you take the media, whether you take the entertainment, whether you take the business, whether you take government businesses, whether you take even vying for an engineering or a medical seat. There has been such intense competition that we people have become used to running without a cause, or running for no rhyme nor reason and tiring ourselves out.
The rat race.
The rat race. And this has led to a lot of health issues also.
Yes.
This collaborate to create is a very fresh thought process. which fortunately has also come into the mindset of the youth. We see a lot more collaboration happening now. It's come into the government.
Yes.
And I'm very happy that Economic Times and the GBS has taken the short and sweet 3 words, collaborate to create,
Yes.
to get themselves in the midst of action. I wish that the collaboration part can be speeded up. I wish that India as a country, especially within our population, we can end competition and create collaboration, because if we 120, 125 crore people of the country decide to collaborate and take on the world, we are world beaters.
Very
Nobody
well
can
said.
touch us.
Very well said, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Karia, for talking to us. I know the Ravin Group is celebrating 70 years of trust, so we wish you all the very best for the way ahead and many, many more decades of trust.
Thank you. We've entered our 70th year. In October this year, we'll be completing 71.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on that, sir. And thank you so much for talking.